Good evening. These are the 3 assignments for religion for Monday, April 13th. The first assignment that we're going to talk about is I want you to read, or I want you to watch, Father Mike Schmitz on YouTube. And he's got a video this week on how Catholics should respond to the coronavirus pandemic. It's pretty interesting. Again, Father Mike on YouTube. And after you watch that, for your assignment on how Catholics should respond to that, I want you to write explain two of the things that Father Mike says on how Catholics should respond to the coronavirus pandemic. So a couple sentences on each. So explain two of the things that Catholics, how they should respond to the coronavirus pandemic. That's assignment number 1. Assignment number 2 and 3 are together. I'm going to use this next assignment as if we were in school this week. And the Wednesday of this week's reading, which we maybe would have been in church Wednesday morning, comes from Luke chapter 24, verses 13 through 35. I want you to go to Luke 24, 13 to 35, and I want you to read the first reading. It basically talks about 2 men on their way to Emmaus and how they are walking along the trail, and this person they don't recognize comes up and starts walking with them and wants to know what's going on with the news from Jerusalem. And they explain to these 2 men on their travel about Jesus was killed, resurrected, they think, and that was the big news out of Jerusalem. Well, if you read the story is actually a lot of verbs showing a lot of movement, a lot of action on what people are doing. Example, 2 men are going. Jesus came near and went with them. They came near the mound. And that basically tells the story of what these men were describing, what they did towards the end. What I want you to do, is the first part of that is to explain what do you think you should be getting out of that first reading. It's a great reading, and probably 4 to 5 sentences explain, if you were listening to this in church, what do you think the priest would want you to get out of the first reading, okay? The next assignment that goes along with that same chapter, Luke 24, verses 13 to 35, the same story, is what I want you to do is put yourself in place of one of the 2 men walking along the trail, and Jesus comes up. You don't know it's Jesus at the time, and you've gone through this. The person breaks bread with you at the end and so forth, and you finally realize it is Jesus. Here's what I want you to do with that. I want you to write a letter to, say, your best friend at the time, and tell him about your experience at walking along the trail, breaking bread with this person you now realize is Jesus and so forth, and what it meant to you. So those are the 3 assignments I want you to turn in this week. I'll put those 3 assignments on Power School, and you have those done by Friday. That'd be great. If you have any questions, again, getting into the video on YouTube, I'll send you the link here tonight, and you can have it by tomorrow. If you have any trouble getting into that, let me know. I'll put the assignment on Power School as well. Thanks.